A deep dive into In Search of Lost Time. How can a single cake awaken an entire life? A Madeleine cake soaked in tea, why does it bring vanished years back to life? Marcel Proust's In Search of Lost Time, a 7-volume literary masterpiece, weaves an intricate tapestry of memory, time, and human nature with delicate prose. It's not just a novel but a philosophical journey through French aristocratic society. Let's step into Proust's river of memory to uncover the eternal secrets buried by time. Proust's solitude and his written world. Marcel Proust was born in Paris in 1871, raised in wealth but plagued by frail health, with asthma casting a shadow over his childhood. As a young man, he frequented Paris's high society salons, mingling with aristocrats and artists, outwardly dazzling yet inwardly lonely. This paradox of experience became the wellspring for In Search of Lost Time. In 1909, a Madeleine cake dipped in tea sparked memories of his childhood in Cambrai, becoming the novel's starting point. He retreated to his study, spending over a decade crafting this work, revising it until his death in 1922. Once wrote, "I want to capture memory's fragments with words, freezing time on the page." His writing wasn't just an emotional outpouring but a philosophical exploration of memory's essence. Inspired by Henri Bergson's theory of duration, he saw time not as a steady march but as a weave of subjective experiences. In his pen, memory becomes a dynamic force, breathing life into moments long gone. Early in his career, he tried short stories and essays, but they couldn't satisfy his yearning to capture his inner world. The Madeleine spark gave him the key to express memory's flow. In his diary, Proust wrote, "Memory isn't a static album but a living river, ever-changing in shape." This view of memory shaped his novel into a nonlinear epic, each volume rippling outward like waves of recollection. His writing environment deeply influenced the work's style. Due to asthma, he wrote in a cork-lined room, shutting out noise to commune with his thoughts. This isolation sharpened his sensitivity to inner fluctuations. His friend, French poet Paul Valéry, recalled that Proust, writing at night, entered a meditative state, polishing memory's fragments into prose. His creative process wasn't linear but fragmented and iterative, much like memory itself. He often revised manuscripts at midnight, weaving new insights into the text. This approach recalls Italo Calvino, who, in Invisible Cities, explored memory and imagination through fragmented narratives. Proust's writing is not just a recreation of memory but a reflection on the act of creation, showing how literature transforms the intangible inner world into timeless art. Influenced by Bergson's philosophy, he broke from linear storytelling, using memory's flow to connect past and present. French writer Henri Bergson said, "Proust's prose is like a painting, layered and profound, sketching the depths of the human heart." Health forced him to write at night, often in bed, diving deep into his inner world. In letters, he revealed writing in darkness, with faint lamplight, piecing together memory's fragments into a cohesive world. This solitude allowed him to craft a narrative both vivid and dreamlike. Proust's work was not just personal expression but a response to his era. The vanities, jealousies, and desires he observed in salons shaped his characters. His friend, French aristocrat Robert de Montesquieu, known for wit and elegance, faded in a changing world. Proust wove these observations into the Guermantes family, capturing the aristocracy's complex psyche and societal shifts. His writing process, like memory, was fragmented yet profound, each volume plumbing deeper into humanity and time. The Twilight of Aristocracy, a social portrait. Late 19th to early 20th century France was transitioning from aristocratic to modern society. Industrialization and the rise of the bourgeoisie challenged the old order, with salons, though glamorous, showing signs of decline. In Search of Lost Time unfolds in Paris and the fictional Cambrai, vividly portraying the clash between aristocracy and new wealth. The Guermantes family symbolizes the fading glory of the old nobility, while Swann represents the new rich, caught between wealth and culture. Through salon dialogues and banquet details, Proust paints the era's social landscape. His social circle included figures like Robert de Montesquieu, whose elegance waned as times changed. Proust channeled these observations into characters like the Duchesse de Guermantes, witty and refined, yet dismissive of the bourgeoisie, reflecting aristocratic resistance to change. Sociologist Max Weber noted that 19th century Europe saw new power structures emerge from clashes between status and wealth. Keenly captured this shift, showing class barriers through the Duchesse's subtle snubs of swan at banquets. Salons were not just social hubs, but arenas of power and culture. Proust's salon scenes brim with subtle psychological games, like the Duchesse's witty remark that diffuses tension while veiling disdain for the nouveau rich. These moments recall Stendhal's The Red and the Black, which depicts the delicate rivalry between nobility and the rising class. Proust's scenes reveal the tensions of a transforming society, with old aristocrats clinging to dignity and new wealth seeking a foothold through culture and money. This tension permeates everyday details. Madame Verdurin, with her refined taste and art collection, feels unease facing the rising bourgeoisie. Her salon, a cultural hub, is slowly eclipsed by new wealth. Proust uses these details to show the aristocracy's struggle under economic and cultural pressures. Historian Eric Hobsbawm noted that industrial capital reshaped Europe's social hierarchy, with money overtaking noble privilege. This captures this through the Guermantes banquets, where etiquette and culture mask inner anxieties. French aristocrat Charles Haas, a witty art connoisseur, inspired Proust's work. Haas wrote in his diary, "Our era is fading. New wealth leaves us no place." Proust infused this sense of loss into Swann's uneasy relationship with the Guermantes, his wealth and art collection failing to earn true acceptance. This social portrait echoes Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice, where nobility and new wealth subtly clash. Through meticulous observation, Proust weaves this era's questions into his characters' fates, showing how societal shifts shape inner lives. Social backdrop adds historical depth to the themes of memory and time. The flow of memory, the narrator's eye. The novel unfolds through the first-person eye, unnamed but seen as Proust's alter ego. It begins with childhood summers and Cambrai mother's goodnight kisses, grandmother's teachings, church bells forming a warm yet melancholic memory. Memories don't follow a timeline but surge like waves, intertwining past and present in a unique stream of memory narrative. This structure upends traditional linear storytelling, immersing readers in the narrator's inner world, ebbing and flowing with memory. Tasting a Madeleine cake becomes the novel's central image. Writes, "When I tasted that cake, Cambrai's childhood revived in me, more real than reality. The cake evokes garden scents, an aunt's room, village paths." This involuntary memory, triggered by sensory cues, aligns with psychologist William James's findings that smells and tastes unlock deep emotions. Blends this scientific insight into literature, giving memory poetic power. Through the narrator's lens, mundane details become a quest for life's essence. Imagine Sophia Leclerc, a fictional French bookseller in Paris, opening an old book. The ink scent recalls childhood summers in Normandy, her grandfather teaching her constellations. In that moment, she feels time's weight and re-examines her present life. The narrator's eye uses similar triggers to string together life's fragments, seeking meaning. This stream of memory doesn't just reveal the narrator's inner world but prompts readers to reflect on how their own memories shape identity. The narrator's memories aren't a mere memoir but an exploration of time's essence. Childhood in Cambrai, Paris social life, and Balbec's seaside moments intertwine through sensory triggers. Church bells evoke not just childhood scenes, but reflections on life's brevity and eternity. Proust uses these details to show how memory transcends time, weaving scattered moments into a complete life portrait. This narrative is both personal and universal. Through the narrator's recollections, Proust explores how memory shapes self-identity. In Cambrai, the mother's goodnight kiss is more than warmth, it's a projection of the narrator's longing for security and love. This emotional resonance transcends time and place, stirring readers to revisit their own pasts. For instance, the narrator recalls a geranium on his aunt's windowsill, its red hue anchoring memory. This echoes William Faulkner's The Sound and the Fury, where smells and sounds evoke childhood. Proust goes further, blending sensory details with philosophical musings on how memory gives life meaning. Consider Tienne Knoll, a fictional French painter. While painting a rural landscape, the scent of oil paint recalls a Provençal orchard from childhood, its apricot blossoms bringing calm. This moment not only sparks memory, but fuels his art, infusing it with emotional depth. Through the narrator's memories, Proust shows how senses open doors to the past, reshaping emotions and choices in the present. His narrative reminds us that memory isn't just an echo of the past but a compass for the present, guiding us to life's meaning. This approach recalls William Wordsworth's The Prelude, where childhood memories trace personal growth. Proust elevates this, turning personal experience into a philosophical meditation on humanity and time. A gallery of characters, Swann's tragic love. Proust's characters shine like stars. Swann, Baron de Charlus, and Albertine embody love, power, and desire. Swann, the protagonist of Swann's Way, is a wealthy, art-loving gentleman whose obsession with courtesan Odette brings him pain. His love story threads through the novel, serving as the narrator's window into human nature. Swann idealizes Odette as a work of art, unable to accept her ordinary reality, sinking into jealousy and doubt. Writes, "Love makes us prisoners of ourselves, yet reveals our truth." Swann's story echoes Lord Byron's passionate pursuit of Annabella Millbank, shattered by the gap between ideal and reality. Byron wrote, "I loved her not for perfection but because she made me feel alive." Swann, too, projects ideals onto Odette, suffering from her betrayals and indifference. His tragedy reflects not just personal loss, but class tensions. As a nouveau riche, he craves aristocratic acceptance but remains an outsider. His story reminds us that love is not just passion, but a trial of self-understanding. Swann's love ties to Vinteuil's sonata, a fictional piece recurring as his emotional emblem. Each time he hears it, he recalls meeting Odette, feeling love and pain entwined. Proust uses music to externalize Swann's inner world, letting readers feel love's complexity. Swann's tragedy isn't just personal but a dissection of human flaws. His obsession with Odette stems from her link to Vinteuil's sonata, a symbol that becomes his shackle. Each note pulls him back to her, trapping him in memory. Proust writes, "Music is memory's key, yet also pain's source." This recalls Rainer Maria Rilke's Duino elegies, where love is both intoxicating and agonizing. Swann's story reveals humanity's longing for eternal love, often broken by reality's flaws. His tale also ties to the social context. As a new rich, he seeks aristocratic acceptance through art but faces rejection due to Odette's status. His love becomes a casualty of social prejudice. When defending Odette in salons, he's met with aristocratic sneers, recalling Balzac's Piré Goriot, where Rastignac faces social barriers. Proust uses Swann to explore how love distorts under societal pressure, highlighting the clash between personal feelings and external forces. This echoes Tolstoy's The Kreutzer Sonata, where music reflects marital crises. Proust goes further, using Vinteuil's sonata to show art as a vessel for memory and emotion. Power and desire, Charlus and Albertine. Baron de Charlus, the epitome of aristocracy, is proud yet sensitive, his hidden sexuality suppressed by social norms. His contradictory nature mirrors the aristocracy's facade and struggles. From charming to ostracized, Charlus's fall shows the destructive force of power and desire. In salons, he masks a ease with wit, but privately indulges in risky desires, leading to his social ruin. Ender Guides If It Die reveals similar struggles with societal norms, showing the toll of identity suppression. Charlus's story warns of the inner conflict caused by living a lie. His downfall is dramatic. Once a gourmand's pride, he loses dignity when his private life is exposed. Proust uses him to show society's rejection of outsiders and humanity's fragility in power and desire. At a banquet, Charlus tries to quell rumors with authority, only to face mockery, recalling Oscar Wilde's fall in Victorian society. Proust explores the conflict between personal desire and societal norms through Charlus, revealing human complexity. Albertine, the narrator's lover, is the novel's most enigmatic figure, her vague identity and elusive nature making her a projection of love and jealousy. Her death sends the narrator into endless recollection, rebuilding her image through memory. Freud's mourning and melancholia suggests we reconstruct lost loved ones through memory to ease pain. Albertine's story shows how love and memory intertwine. She's not just a character but a reflection of the narrator's inner world. Her ambiguity recalls Baudelaire's lover Jean Duval, whose mystery fueled his poetry yet tormented him. Albertine's relationship with the narrator is fraught with contradiction. She's both a lively girl in Balbec and an object of suspicion. His love, mixed with possessiveness and insecurity, drives her away. Proust explores the paradox of control and freedom in love through their bond. Her death isn't the end but the start of the narrator's recollection, where she grows more real in memory. This recalls Yasunari Kawabata's Snow Country, where memory reconstructs a lover to grasp lost time. Time and art, the path to redemption. In Search of Lost Time centers on the battle between time and memory. Proust believes time destroys all, but memory and art grant life eternal meaning. The Madeleine cake is not just a memory trigger, but a symbol of art. In the final volume, Time Regained, Proust writes, "The true paradise is the one we've lost. Art is the only way to reclaim it." Through writing, the narrator weaves scattered memories into an epic, transcending time's grip. This faith in art runs through the entire work. French painter Claude Monet, in his late Water Lilies series, captured light and memory, much like Proust's battle against time with words. Monet wrote, "I want to paint the light that fades, even if it lives only in memory." Through fictional artists Vinteuil and Elstier, Proust shows art as memory's vessel. Vinteuil's sonata gives Swann emotional resonance, while Elstier's paintings teach the narrator to see the world's many facets. These artistic images echo Nietzsche's view: art is our weapon against nothingness. Art in the novel is both expression and salvation. Through the narrator's writing, Proust shows how fleeting memories become eternal meaning. Recalling Balbec's seaside, the narrator feels the beauty of waves and sunsets, evoking childhood and revealing art's power. Imagine Gaspard Dupont, a fictional French musician, playing Ravel's Pavane for a dead princess. The melody recalls his mother's childhood songs, giving him strength in dark times. Proust's view of art shows memory transformed through creation, deepening life's meaning. TI's art to society salons are not just social spaces but stages for art. The Duchesse de Guermantes banquets brim with literary and musical discussions, revealing both aristocratic taste and vanity. Her comments on Elstier's paintings seem profound but hide ignorance of new art. This recalls Flaubert's Madame Bovary, mocking the bourgeoisie's shallow art worship. Proust uses these scenes to explore art's dual role, a spiritual quest and a status symbol. His portrayal of art extends to society's cultural ecosystem. Paris salons are platforms for art display and critique. Guest discussions of Elstier's work at the Guermantes banquet seem refined but often superficial. This echoes John Ruskin's Modern Painters, critiquing Victorian art obsession. This reveals art's duality in aristocratic society, a spiritual refuge and a tool of vanity. He ties art closely to memory, seeing it as a container for recollection. Vinteuil's sonata evokes Swann's love and lets the narrator feel time's flow. This aligns with Gaston Bachelard's The Poetics of Space, where art crystallizes memory, turning moments into eternity. Proust's novel itself is an artwork, reviving memory's fragments and giving them new life. Consider Marie-Claude Vallon, a fictional French poet, writing about a childhood garden. Recalling her mother reading at sunset inspires her poetry and reshapes her view of their bond. Proust shows memory elevated through art, a dialogue between humanity and time. Through writing, painting, or music, we can fix fleeting moments in an eternal canvas. Epilogue: Eternity in Memory. In Search of Lost Time is an epic of time and memory, showing life not as a linear path but a mosaic of memory's fragments. Through the narrator's recollections, Proust weaves childhood, love, society, and art, revealing humanity's complexity and beauty. From Swann's passion to Charles's struggles to Albertine's mystery, the Madeleine's glimmer tells us, time is relentless, but memory and art offer eternity in a moment. Proust's prose is a mirror, reflecting our own memories. Have you ever been transported to a distant moment by a scent or a song? Those forgotten fragments never truly leave, they wait to be awakened, to be given meaning. Follow Proust's pen to revisit your own river of memory, seeking the glimmers that shape you. His work is not just a novel, but an invitation to craft our own eternity through memory and art.